Good morning, viewers. This is Global Entertainment News TV. I am your host, Bisola, and welcome to our newspaper review segment. Let's start with the punch. Lakurawa, Nigeria. Neighbors begin offensive against new terror group. Lakurawa, Nigeria. Nigeria. Neighbors begins offensive against new terror group. To the next. DHQ vows to block security gap as Nigeria Chad Niger hold joint military operation. DHQ vows to block security gaps in Nigeria Chad Niger holds joint military operation. To the next. Tax reform. Akume plays down northern opposition as Senate meets AGF. Akume plays down northern opposition as Senate meets AGF. Up to the next. Trump plans mass deportations, end to birthright citizenship. Trump plans mass deportations, end to birthright citizenship. To the next. Syrian rebels oust Assad, end 60 years family rules. Syrian rebels oust Assad, end 60 years family rules. To the next. Tinubu orders congrats Mahama as opposition clinch Ghana presidency. Tinubu orders congratulate Mahama as opposition clinch Ghana presidency. That's all for the punch. We move now to the Vanguard. How non-appointment of ambassadors is halting Nigeria, says envoy. How non-appointment. To the next. Any threat to Nigeria security, internal or external, will face justice, says NSA. Any threat to Nigerian security, internal or external, will face justice, says NSF. To the next. Marketers may lift petrol from PH refinery this week, says IPMAN. Marketers may lift petrol from PH refinery this week, says IPMAN. To the next. Why Naira is in massive recovery, raised across all markets by bankers. Why Naira is in massive recovery, raised across all markets by bankers. Up to the next. Tax reform bills. Senate committee meets with AGF tomorrow, sits today. Senate committee meets with AGF tomorrow, sits today. Up to the next. Multiple taxes. Row issue vandalism. Citing telecom sector, says ATCON. Multiple taxes, road issues, vandalism citing telecom sector, says ATCOM. To the next. Fare hike. Keyamo, FCCPC at war over airpeace. Keyamo, FCCPC at war over airpeace. To the next. EFCC intensifies investigation of NFF. EFCC intensifies investigation of NFF. Up to the next. Tinubu hails Mahama after Ghana's presidential poll wins. Tinubu hails Mahama after Ghana's presidential poll win. Moving on to the next. NIN modification. Nigerians narrate bitter experience as bank NIMC trade blames. Nigerian narrates bitter experience as banks NIMC trade blames. That's all for the Vanguard. We move now to the Nation. Bagudu Aliyu, why tax reform is transformative. Bagudu Aliyu, why tax reform is transformative. To the next. Gerugu Power emerge NGX most compliant listed company for 2023. Gerugu Power emerge NGX most compliant list company for 2023. To the next. Forex inflows hit $4.05 billion. Forex inflows hit $4.05 billion. To the next. Russia grants asylum to fleeing Assad family after Syria fails to rebel. Russia grants asylum to fleeing Assad family after Syria fails to rebel. That's all for the nation. We move now to the Guardian. State eyes 180% hike in VAT earning amid push for fiscal federalism. States eyes 180% hike in VAT earnings amid push for fiscal federalism. To the next. Measure tax bills impact on human rights, Serap tells NAS. Measure tax bills impact on human rights, Serap tells NAS. To the next. Funding weak political will bedeviling varsity system. Funding weak political will bedeviling varsity system. Up to the next. You have failed workers, Labour group flails NLC TUC. You have failed workers, Labour group flails NLC TUC. To the next. NCDC tells health facility to intensify check for SARS-CoV-2 variant. NCDC tells health facility to intensify check for SARS-CoV-2 variant. To the next. Stakeholders tax states on 2030 family planning targets. Stakeholders tax states on 2030 family planning targets. Up to the next. Ghana electoral process inspired by Nigeria, says INEC. Ghana's electoral process inspired by Nigeria, says INEC. To the next. Minister operators, FCCPC bike over air fare, pricing regulatory rights. Minister operators, FCCPC biker over airfares, pricing regulatory rights. To the next. Legal tender, an uneasy path to transiting from old to new notes. An uneasy path to transiting from old to new notes. That's it for our newspaper review segment. Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to join us again, same time, same station, tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more news and updates on Global Entertainment News TV. I've been your host.